Welcome, guys, to the Super Biased Sports Show, a place where fans could be a fan no matter how biased their take is. I'm your host, B Rob, and I'm here with my co host, Ramon. What up, Ramon?
What's up? What's up? How you doing today? Y'all just remember, please like, follow, share, like us on Instagram, Facebook, all the social media outlets, included the podcast. Favorite us, and I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep, and guys, don't forget to follow us on all the major podcast apps Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, all of those good things. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like you said, so that way you guys could join our giveaways, see when we post these videos and when we post podcasts as well. Now, today we got a spicy one for y'all. So, me and my
Spice.
co host, Ramon, we went through and we selected, six free agents. Not all of them are the big names, but a lot of them do play impact roles and, are very productive on the field, or at least have been productive this past year with the teams that they were currently on. So today we're going to go down a list of a few free agents that we chose, some landing destinations where we think they might go, and then we just give a prediction on where they actually might go. And they can, this subject to happen anyways. Anything can happen, but we're gonna see on this next week where these guys start to land. All right. So with that
Uh-huh.
being said, I'm gonna pass it on over to my co-host, and he's gonna bring to us our first contestant of today. Take it away, Ramon.
Now, James Conner, he had a breakout season last year
Mm-hmm.
because Edmonds got injured. So he had to pick up the bulk of the carries and everything. He's a great out the field back. He's one of the best. My favorite is Bernard. I don't know, it's probably the mustache that he got. But besides him, Connor, great out the field. Last year, he was 17th in the NFL in carries. He was second into the rushing touchdown, tied for second. And then yards per carry, it was 3.7. And his, according to PFF, his overall ranking last year was 82. His overall ranking for receiving was 86.2. So he's a big back out of the field type person, and he can pick up the block well. And my destinations that I think that he's probably gonna go, I said KC, Denver, Baltimore. I said Baltimore mainly because they need their running back, but shoot, half the team was injured last year. So, KC, they would have to get rid of one of their running backs. I don't think they'll be able to keep what's his name, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, if they was to pick him up, because he will be great out the backfield. That's what they were trying to use Helaire last year somewhat, and he just wasn't that far. And of course, the Giants. He would be a great backup to Saquon, which he might get more playing time than Saquon because Saquon can't stay healthy. So we actually need a good running back, and that's if we even keep Saquon. But my destination, I think the Giants might pick this young fella up. I really do. I really, really do.
All right, so I do see, uh, I do see that you are going the bias way and sending him to the New York Giants. Because honestly, I think James Conner wants to start. But like you said, Saquon can't stay healthy, so it wouldn't be as if he wouldn't get a lot of playing time. And honestly, it make a lot of sense if you guys were to be able to snag him. Just because it keeps Saquon on the field longer throughout the year. I do
Mm-hmm.
like the fact that potential spot that you pick is KC. Honestly, like in our last video that we had, I was saying KC is starting to fall behind in the talent department with
Right.
the rest of their division. Now, a bruiser back like James Conner can, like you said, take it outside, and then but also he can run between the tackles. I think that'd be a good spot if they were able to snag somebody like James Conner.
Right. And then
Now,
he also had no drop passes last year. Zero.
Yeah, and
None.
Patrick
Nil.
Mahomes, he had flicked one of them things, flicked one of them things right out his arm,
Like,
and hey,
yeah.
you know,
So,
yeah.
but I
All
hope it
right,
comes to the Giants.
all right. You got anything else to add, or we gonna move on
No,
to
no,
my
you
pick?
can move on to yours right there.
All right. So for me, ladies and gentlemen, I do have DJ Chark Jr. Not Shark, but Chark. All right. Now look, as far as my potential landing spots, I do have Buffalo. I threw Detroit in there because I feel like I know Detroit have Amon-Ra St. Brown, but I feel like DJ Chark, he's 6'4". You know, you he a
Massive.
tall receiver. Now he can't replace a Kenny Galladay, but he's a tall receiver that can stretch the field and he got good speed. Right now, you always got to leave his current team as a potential option, because although Jacksonville do need almost every position other than quarterback,
And
um,
running back.
and running back. I think because Amari Cooper now plays for the Browns, I feel like that was a situation where they were gonna try to trade for him to get like a true number one. But I feel like if they don't draft a wide receiver, which I haven't really been seeing any boards saying that they will draft a wide receiver. If they can't land them like a number one wide receiver, I feel like they might bring DJ Chark back on maybe a 1 or 2 year deal. And then Las Vegas, I feel like Las Vegas is a very good spot for him because Las Vegas, they have Hunter Renfro and then they have Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson is on the older side. So if you put somebody like DJ Chark with a quarterback like Carr who will throw it
Mhm.
down the field to him. Now he's not as fast as Deshaun Jackson, but he does have high top speed that can stretch the field. But ultimately, as you guys can see, I do have him going to Atlanta for several reasons. Reason number one,
1,500.
yeah, 1,500. Literally, that simple. Reason number one, 1,500. And if you don't know, because number 18 from what movie was that? The Longest Yard
Oh, wow.
decided to bet on himself. Bet on the team. But yeah, all jokes aside. But yeah, I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna go to ATL because as we know, they don't have old boy anymore, at least for the year. And I
For
feel
the
like they
year.
was gonna trade him anyways this year. So Chark, you got a receiver who can stretch the field. Now I'm assuming if they don't re-sign Russell Gage, but you have a receiver that'll be able to stretch the field so that way, what's the Kyle Pitts will have more room to operate. Teams can't
Right.
just sit the safety over the middle of the field and start to double team Kyle Pitts. It's only but so much you can do versus Kyle Pitts if you have like a wide receiver on one or both sides that can really stretch the field, which will put Kyle Pitts in some favorable matchups. And I feel like with Atlanta, now they do have some cap issues with um the quarterback's contract, but I feel like with somebody like DJ Chark, even though a lot of predictions have him going for a 2 year, I wouldn't be surprised if he signs a 1 year and then test the market next year. Because it's a lot of teams that need wide receivers. But one dark horse team that I probably should have put on here that I didn't was New Orleans. That's another team with a lot of cap
Mm-hmm.
issues, but for some reason, even though New Orleans flirt with the cap, max of the cap, they always seem to sign good players back or get talent. So if I was to put another team, it'd be New Orleans. But ultimately, I think he becomes a Falcon.
I'm
He
shocked.
can be a
I'm
dirty
shocked.
bird. Yep.
I'm shocked. I would have thought maybe you'd have threw the Packers in there because they most likely they're signing back Adams.
Well, they franchise tag him, so
Right, but
who knows
they
if he
need
get a deal done?
somebody else because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Oh,
go
but
into the later
ano-
picks, but
yeah.
yeah.
Now another thing that I forgot to mention, Buffalo. I think he would do very good with Josh
Mm,
Allen. I'm gonna leave it at that because I know we gotta move on. I think he'd
mm,
do good with Josh Allen.
mm.
All right.
All right, all right, all
So it's on
right.
you now.
Marcus Williams, man, I got potential destinations is Baltimore. They just need help with their defense. Again, the whole defense was injured last year, and Marcus Williams he can stay healthy. The
Mm-hmm.
Giants, obviously, because Peppers, he's a free agent, and this is somebody who, if the Giants don't sign back Peppers, they can reach out for him, but he's going to take up a lot of cap space.
Mm-hmm.
Giants are over, but we can free up almost 40,000 of cap space. Las Vegas and New Orleans, obviously, because you know what, he might just stay home. He
Right.
might just stay home. Overall, he has been, to me, one of the best in the box safeties. It he just gets there. 57 solo tackles at a safety position. That is amazing. First of all, he had a few interceptions, nothing too crazy. But my final destination, I'm gonna think, is the Raiders. The Raiders. For some reason, he just fit that attitude that the Raiders have, and I believe he's gonna be going to the Raiders.
All right, man. I don't have anything to add to that. I'm actually just surprised that New Orleans didn't franchise tag him. I don't know if they
Man,
used it, so but I'm just surprised he didn't get franchise
who you
tag.
telling?
All right, so the next person on our list now, I'm gonna attempt to say his name. Foyesade Olukun.
Fo.
Yeah, excuse me if my accent is improper, but linebacker for the Dirty Birds, the Atlanta Falcons. Now what I like about him, I'm gonna call him Fo, like you said. He can play multiple linebacker positions, but where he
Yes.
excelled the most was coming off the line, as a free runner and blitzing. So I think with that being said, you got to see the list that I have: Indiana, I'm at Indianapolis, Las Vegas, Atlanta, and Carolina. But ultimately, the reason why I went with Carolina is because one, their GM is willing to spend that money. I mean, their
Yo,
owner, he willing to spend that money.
he.
He one of the richest owners in the league. He's trying to buy a championship per se, right? Now, the reason why I'm going to say the Panthers is because they play man defense a lot, right? And
He
then
sure
they got
do.
they got the young boy. They got the young boy at cornerback. So I think that Panthers would be a perfect fit because one, it fits the scheme. And then they got good corners and good coverage. They got a good coverage safeties. I think that he will excel in the system like that because he either get coverage sacks, a lot of pressures, and then it's Carolina. I feel like they're on the up and up. All right. So I mean, do you got anything to add, or I could keep it pushing?
Maybe it's the bias in me out. I'll probably say, the Giants, but we can keep that for another time.
All right, so it look like you got Devondre Campbell, huh?
Devondre Campbell. I'm shocked, but they had to choose to put the franchise tag on Adams.
You're gonna choose Adams all day.
But this right here, he's one of the top D line out. Well, he plays linebacker, but most of the time he just comes flying off the edge. He was tied fifth with forced fumbles, tied for linebackers, fifth for interceptions. And this dude had 111 solo tackles.
Oh, so you
One,
wasn't getting away from
one,
him.
one. No, no, no. Open field, no field, off field, whatever. This man is tackling. He was tied six, and the reason I have New York Giants. I think everybody should just go there. But that New England, that's somebody that I would see because if Bill Belichick goes with what he did last year and was actually spending money, I think he will spend the money because I'm not sure if their linebacker is even coming back or if he's retired or not. Who knows? And I hate to say this. I hate to say it with all my heart, but this is somebody that will fit well with Dallas. Even though Dallas got I can't remember
Van
their
Der Esch.
linebacker.
Van Der
Yeah,
Esch.
Van Der Esch.
Yep.
He will because again, Campbell he can move all around. And Miami defense, low key to me is one of the top at least 10 defensive in the league. He will fit with them, but my prediction is the New York Giants. It's not the bias prediction. We need somebody to fill in Blake Martinez, who was a tackling machine.
That's a
We don't
fact.
have nobody there now. So we're going to have to spend some type of money on defense this year. And my pick is the Giants.
Hey, you point out a lot of good points there. I kind of agree with you on the Dallas move, um,
Hope
which
not.
I'm quite sure you don't want to see. You don't want to see,
I
but
don't want to see
because
that bad,
he
man.
had a step. He stepped up when I think the dude was Zadarius Smith when Zadarius Smith went down.
Mm-hmm.
Campbell stepped up, and if anybody who knows about the Packers linebacker, it would be me because we play Madden and I got the Packers team, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So last but not least, same team, but just on the other side of the ball. On for my free agent, I have Marquez Valdez Scantling. Now, again, you see some of the same names. I have
Mm-hmm.
potential landing spots as Buffalo. I think Josh Allen, he got a cannon of an arm, and defenses have to game plan for Josh Allen himself, which leaves a speedy receiver like Marquez Valdez Scantling to really excel. And plus, what was the Sanders? I think Sanders is going to retire if because Sanders is a current free agent right now,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes,
then they're
he is.
also letting their slot receiver test the waters in free agency as well. I mean with trades. So I think Marquez Valdez Scantling will fit perfectly in Buffalo if they can make the money move right. And then of course Jacksonville in the event they don't get another wide receiver or re-sign Chark to an extension. And then the Texans. Texans is another team that literally needs everyone. And then I think,
Everyone.
yeah, and I think the fact that they're about to trade Deshaun Watson and get a haul back, adding a wide receiver like Marquez Valdez Scantling, who is still relatively young. And then if they end up getting a quarterback in that trade, or even to go with a younger quarterback, you Malik. If they go for Malik Willis, if he's there, he got a cannon, so he can get somebody like Marquez Valdez Scantling the ball. Now, I will say Marquez don't have the biggest route tree, as far as a wide receiver. He does have some inefficiencies when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to going up against certain kinds of corners. I think he could excel with New England, but I honestly don't think Mac Jones is, someone who's constantly throwing it down the field. And plus, he's just going to be moving into his second year, and I don't look at him as that type of quarterback. I mean, Marquez
Right.
Valdez Scantling did play with Aaron Rodgers, so
Aaron freaking Rodgers.
that could also boost the stock in him, because necessarily where he may go to next, he may not have the same kind of production. But ultimately, I do have him going to the Texans. I just think that I like the fit for the Texans, being that they're rebuilding, and I feel like they can stack at a couple of positions. And I think they are going to want to make sure whomever is the quarterback has weapons, like literally have weapons. That way, defenses got to play honest. So I have them
Mm-hmm.
going to the Texans right there. You got
And you
anything to
know what?
add to that?
I agree totally, because what is going to happen? I believe the Texans will overpay,
Yeah,
because they have to overpay to get somebody to come there.
yeah,
Plain and simple. Literally, plain and simple.
yep.
I agree with everything. I do think he will be a great fit in Buffalo, because he's not going to require top dollar. And yes,
Hmm.
they had that wide receiver Davis, who had that 4 touchdown
Boy went off
game,
against Kansas City.
bro.
Mm,
So I think he will fit in well, especially if Sanders is on the. He might not come back, and
yep,
we already know about Diggs.
yep,
I would say Buffalo, but he's probably going to go where the money is, and that's
yep.
where Texas, and that's
Yeah,
Texas.
yeah, yeah. Because I mean, he definitely. I mean, he's coming off of a 4-year contract, but you want to get paid. You want to get paid some top dollar, and he got a market for him based on his
Mm-hmm.
skill set. So, and the fact that you play with Aaron Rodgers does boost the stocking. But
That's a
if I was to
bad man.
switch the team, like you said, it will. If I'm him, and I can get to Buffalo, I would try my best to get to
That's
Buffalo.
a
You know,
championship opportunity.
because it's not like you're moving from a similar situation where you got a true number one receiver on the other side, and then you got a stud quarterback who teams has to game plan for both. So you're going to eat anyways. Like you said, Davis had a crazy game against
Four
Kansas City.
touchdowns.
Yeah.
It's Kansas
So
City, but four.
yeah, it's Kansas City.
Woo.
All right. So with that being said, guys, we hope you guys like the free agents that we chose. If you guys want us to see some predictions for some other free agents, that probably won't get signed, or the tampering period is on Monday, um March 14th. So if you guys want us to do some other free agents, let us know, but we will be giving you guys up to date content on who's getting traded, who's signing where, and some other predictions on day twos and day threes where we think they might sign and things of that nature. But like we said, guys, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of giveaways coming up, but
A
we can't
lot.
do them if we don't got the subscribers, right? It
Plain
don't
and
make no sense
simple.
to be giving stuff away to nobody. So
Yeah.
we guys hope that you like the video. We hope guys subscribe to the channel. We got more videos coming on the way. You got anything else to say, Ramon?
Peace, love, and hair grease.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Deuces.